Good morning, guys. So obviously this is not a Master Grade Monday video. I wanted to go ahead and do one, but life sort of gets in the way. Usually, for those who have been here a long time, you guys know I usually try to knock out Master Grade Monday on Sundays, either morning time or super late at night. Yesterday we kind of had a lazy day. We were both very, very tired, and I needed to finish the RG Unicorn, which took the better part of the afternoon and evening. I knocked all that out, and then we wanted to relax. We weren't feeling great. I woke up early this morning with the intent to go ahead and knock out Master Grade Monday, except I was going to do something a little bit different. I was going to cheat just a little bit and go with a frame arms kit. Technically a 1-to-100, but not a Master Grade. Now I'll probably still review that kit. Obviously it's not going to be out for today. But I wanted to go ahead and do more of a vlog this morning. Just talk to you guys a little bit. So a lot of you know I got a new Shoky mobile about not quite 3 weeks ago, and you know it's a Dodge, a 2004 Dodge SRT4. Nice, fast, little turbocharged, awesome car, and I'm a big fan of neons. If you guys don't know, I've had one for 16 years that I've been working on as a project off and on. It was my daily driver, my show car, my race car. I drove it with a very, very heavy right foot, and I spent a couple months swapping everything good from it to a new body. A little while ago, if you guys remember, I was saying, look, I got a lot of personal projects. That's what I was working on. That project got put on hold because of financial reasons and kind of a block. I was trying to get the car road legal again. Long story short, I needed some stuff done that was becoming very difficult to make happen at an affordable cost. We'll say that, because nobody wanted to work with me on that. But that's neither here nor there at the moment. The main problem is with my new car. It's got reasonably low miles for a car that old, and been driving it basically back and forth to work. But I took it to Hobbytown last weekend, and it started acting up on me a little bit, just a little, on the way there. And I'm not super familiar with turbo cars. I understand the technology, I know how it works, stuff like that, but when it comes to the mechanics of vacuum lines, boost lines, all that stuff like that, no clue. And I didn't do anything with this car. It came modified already. It started acting up on me just a little bit, and then Friday started, this past Friday, coming home from work, it seemed a little strange, like just something was a little bit off. And then come Saturday, I'm coming home from work, it was acting even stranger. It's just like, something doesn't feel right. And I don't live far from work. I'm maybe 15 minutes on a bad day. My nose is running, apologies. We just had breakfast. We just had a bunch of coffee. You guys know how to do. So Saturday night, I'm running out to the vape lounge to go hang out with Mitchell, and I needed to take Daniel back his Power Ranger stuff, which you guys will see the reviews coming up in the next couple weeks. So I'm headed there, and the car is not only acting a little strange, like, if you guys don't know, you know, with turbo cars, you got the blow-off valve. It goes, you know, every time you shift, every time you let off the gas. So I'm just cruising down the freeway at normal speed, 75 miles an hour. And like, if I just barely push the gas, it's going. It's like, boom. It's just, and the car is fast, but it's never done that. It's never been instant response, ever. It's always a little bit of turbo spooling, and then it'll start to go. So it starts doing this. So I put my foot down a little bit. It's like, okay, under a little bit of throttle, it's like, boom. If I put my foot down all the way, it starts stuttering. You hear the turbo spool, and then it starts, and then, like, what normally you take your foot off the gas, and that's when the blow-off valve goes. This was happening while the foot was on the gas. Now, it's either the blow-off valve or a boost leak somewhere. Not sure. But what happened was I get on toll road, and it's still doing this. It's getting worse. And I go to just go around the car. I'm not even going super fast. Literally, like, speed limit 70. I'm going like 75. I just needed to go around this car. It was going like stupid slow. So didn't downshift. All I did was just put my foot down. And it starts doing that, and then it starts moving faster. And then all of a sudden, poof! Like, just literally just this loud pop. And I'm like, oh shit, I just blew something out of the engine. And apologies for cursing. I'm going to be a little frustrated here. So it's still running. I'm not seeing any smoke. I'm not seeing any fire. It sounded like a backfire. If you guys have never had an engine backfire on you, when the timing and stuff like that isn't right, that's what it sounded like. And I thought that's what happened. Maybe it was getting overloaded with fuel and things were wrong, and it just backfired out the intake. Of course, no smoke, no fire, nothing like that. You will see that happen usually. So anyways, I get to a stoplight finally. I was taking it easy after that, not doing anything crazy, just cruising. And I come to a stoplight, and the throttle was not coming down. It was like on its own. So it starts surging, which means vacuum leak. And in something as sensitive as a turbo motor, vacuum leak, boost leak, they kind of go hand in hand. From what I understand, just doing minor research. So I finally get to where I'm going at the Vapor Lounge. I pop the hood. One, it's a little hot. So that's one issue that it's been having. It's starting to get a little hotter. It normally runs right at 200 degrees. Now it's been creeping up, maybe just a little bit. But it does it for no reason whatsoever, and that bothers me. Because I've had overheating issues before with other cars, but that's usually like skyrocket. This is literally like creeping up just a little, even while just moving down the road. And then it drops down for no reason whatsoever. So I get there, I find a couple of vacuum lines are off, which I know were on. One goes directly behind the throttle body into the intake. The other one comes out of the turbo and into one of the solenoids. This thing has a solenoid system for activating and moving around all the different vacuum lines and everything like that. And because it's been modified, I can't tell where anything's supposed to go. So long story short, I reconnect the vacuum lines, or at least the one that blew off for sure. That was the vacuum leak. And like, I let the car completely cool down. I hang out, I have a couple beers, I talk with Mitchell about future endeavors, which hopefully we can get together really soon on doing that kind of stuff. So he knows quite a bit about cars as well. He's done some hot rodding and playing with turbo cars and stuff like that. So I had him come look at it, see if he knew anything. And like you said, he looks at it and he's like, "This is a mess." First of all, I was like, "Yeah, I know." It's like, this is what happens when somebody else modifies a car. Now, mind you, it always ran good. This is the first time ever something has gone wonky, and like, just from a minor bit of research, it could be an overboost issue, where either the wastegate or the blow-off valve is not actuating the way it should, causing more boost coming out of the turbo than the engine can handle, which would mean that wherever it has a way to come out, that's what happened. Now, I limped it home. It started up fine. Well, actually, the car sits for a while. It takes just a little bit to start it. Not like a lot of cranking. It's not instant turnover. It should start. So I limp it home. It's running fine. It gets a little warm. Once again, just gets a little warm on the way home. And I didn't do anything crazy. Kept it under 65 most of the time. Didn't shift any hard. Tried not to run up the boost ever. Because normally, in the RPMs, what I've seen is that like, the boost doesn't kick in until about 22 to 2500 RPMs, and then it spools and then it goes. I know, lots of technical jargon today, guys. But what this was, and then like usually I let off by 5,000 RPM. So max boost is in that area, max power coming in. So I normally would shift early, no problem, because it was doing that weird chuttering thing. And apparently it does have something to do with the wastegate controlling the boost and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that either one of the solenoids is an issue, because God knows if they're factory or if they've been replaced. Also, the fact that some of these things have been bypassed because of the way the previous owner modified the car, put the blow-off valve in a different place. So you have to reroute everything and change how stuff runs. So trying to find a diagram for how the thing is supposed to work is a little difficult. And that was bothering me pretty much all day yesterday. I stayed up like super late last night without even doing MGM. So just working on the unicorn took me till about 11:30. I didn't go to bed till about 12:30, and then I couldn't sleep. I had too much caffeine. So I got on the internet. I started talking, not talking. Well, I was talking to a buddy of mine because he was asking about getting his engine hoist, and so I start researching, and then my mind is just running because the car still has warranty under it, powertrain warranty, but because it's modified, they're gonna bitch. I know they're gonna bitch. But I could still take it back to the dealership and say, look, figure out what the hell's wrong with it. You said it's under warranty. Deal with it. You know, and if you're not going to deal with it, you're going to take it back because it's still in the first 30 days. I mean, I've only had it 3 weeks. I don't even have the license plates yet, which actually should come in very soon. So, you know, I love the car. I really do. It's in almost immaculate condition. The rest of the car, it was well taken care of, but obviously mechanical stuff fails. I know the engine is very stout. It can survive quite a lot, so I'm not worried about any major mechanical issues inside. But vacuum lines, stuff like that, especially on a boosted engine, those can be troublesome, especially if you don't like zip tie them in place or something like that. There could also be something leaking somewhere, which is what I've been hearing, because I rolled my windows down. So that's why it sounds like the blow-off valve is going off, because it's legitimately like creating a boost leak. A blow-off valve is a controlled boost leak. Actually, it's just it's blow off. It's actually let off all of the boost under vacuum. So when your throttle body closes, it's not being slammed with, you know, however much PSI. I don't even know. That's my biggest problem. I have no idea how much boost this engine is making because the boost gauge doesn't work. I don't know if it's disconnected or it's a factory one, which was also known to fail or be inaccurate. It just doesn't work. The power's run into it because it lights up, but nothing functions under there. And from what I can tell, vacuum lines are at least hooked up under the hood, so no idea. So I kind of either need somebody who knows way more about these engines, which I have friends in the community, as part of a neon club, stuff like that, who could help out, but I don't also want to drive it super far if it's going to keep doing this. You know, especially like there's these guys who that's all they specialize in, but they're all the way in downtown Houston, and that's like a 45-minute drive one way, sitting in traffic and part of it, you know, and you know, so I'm going to try to talk to them online, see if they can help me out a little bit, if I can tell them what's been done to the car and see if they can help me out. But I also have a buddy nearby, like right down, I don't know, 10 minutes away. He knows a lot about it. He's done a lot of turbo cars, stuff like that, so I'm going to maybe take it to him. But I think I'm going to drive my old crappy truck for a couple days, give the car a little bit of time. I'm going to look at it today. That's one thing. Mondays are very busy for me, guys, in case you don't know. I try to cram quite a few reviews in along with Master Grade Monday. And, you know, this is on top of all the other crap I gave myself to do. Not to mention 2 nerdcasts that are long that need to be edited, and I haven't even started. One, I've got all the footage compiled, but then I was having issues with corruption of files and stuff like that because we had import issues, stuff like that. But I mean, I have a lot of stuff already filmed. That's not a problem. I need to film the unicorn review this week. I need to film either another unboxing or something else like that. I also picked up a new patron, Steve Middendorf. Thanks for coming over to the Patreon side. So he's going to be contributing to Shoky reviews, and also he's going to be, and I'm also going to possibly be featuring, I already told him I probably would, so probably going to go ahead and get with him and feature some of his amazing artwork. He showed that off to me yesterday while we were talking. He's a fantastic artist. So I love art, if you guys don't know. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a vlog today, just kind of talk to you guys. You guys probably realize this because my videos are super long all the time. Master Grade Monday is one of the most intricate and higher production, or should I say more difficult production, of my reviews. Only Transformer reviews take as long as Master Grade Monday, especially if we're in like Wing Gundams or Build Fighters that have tons of gimmicks, tons of weapons, or unicorns that have tons of transformation, stuff like that. It takes so long, guys. Just a little bit of behind the scenes. Doing the full armor unicorn review took me an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours just to film. And then took me another 2, maybe 3 hours to edit and then get it online. Because a film that large, you know, because that was a very long review. There's a whole lot to this guy. Ton to this guy. Not to mention the issues I was having in the review. So skipping, you know, didn't even do transformation on it if I remember correctly. Or if I did, I jumped. Obviously, I skipped transformation on screen, but I still have to physically do it. Just like any of the unicorns that I swapped from destroy mode to whatever, unicorn mode. I still have to do it. It has to happen off screen. So all that time, all that stuff, all swapping things up, getting things set up repeatedly, whether or not I'm dealing with noise, whether I'm dealing with anything else going on. Master Grade Monday just takes a lot longer than generally any other kind of review. That's why it sucks if I have to do it super late at night. But, I mean, it's partially my fault. I put it off. I could have done it Sunday morning like I normally would have. I woke up in plenty of time, but I wanted to go back to sleep. You know, I was tired. Saturday night was a late one. I was worried about my car. So I tried to sleep in a little bit on Sunday. The wife really wasn't feeling good. She hasn't been feeling good the last couple days. Her back was killing her. Mine wasn't doing great either. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like a lot of excuse, but realistically, guys, like you got to understand that, and a lot of you guys do. I'm not taking it away from you. That there is so much that happens with doing these things. Like, you have those guys who literally just plop the kit down in front of you, go dip, 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 in 15 minutes, done, out the door. You know, if they don't have any production value, if they don't have an intro, they don't have any of that, no editing, good for those guys, honestly. Because editing is a pain in the ass. I've done everything I can to shortcut my editing. You know, my intros are pretty much set except for typing in the exact kit that I'm working on. My outros are always set. My transitions, I'm making them as fast as I can, or as quick as I can to insert. I try to have as many templates set up. So, like, for Master Grade Monday, I have 2 Master Grade Monday templates. One if it's a build, one if it's not. So, I have Power Ranger templates. I've got HD templates. I've got the Nerdcast template. I've got all these things, different, you know, just set up so that all I got to do is click, insert the videos where I need to, insert the breaks where I need to, trim the excess, tweak the audio as best I can, change the title, and hopefully I can just export it as quick as I can. But when it comes down to something like the Nerdcast, which will take me days to edit, you know, you got to think about that. You know, if I don't just put it out as an audio file, which I will, so people can just listen without having to watch, but the one where I'm going to edit it and insert all the different things we're going to look at, maybe it's video clips, like the Gundam one that's coming up, it's going to be tons of video clips and tons of images from different series throughout Gundam. So that's going to take a very long time to edit. The Power Rangers one, very similar, but not nearly as bad. And that one, Nick, Daniel, and myself are on camera most of the time. But, like, just on top of normal worries, like today, normally I got to do laundry, we got to go grocery shopping, and now I got to worry about my car. I'm actually going to go out there and try to take as many pictures as I can to see if I can get help online without actually having to take it to the damn dealership. Because I know the dealership's going to give me the runaround. I know they're going to be like, look, we can't do this. I'll be like, no, you said that it has powertrain warranty and that you're covering it. That's what you told me. That's what the paperwork says. So, even though it's modified, you said you're covering it under warranty. Now, I'm not going to say that you have to replace anything that's modified, but at least the running gear, the things that are being affected right now, figure out what is there, you know? It's like, you guys are Dodge people. You should have somebody here who's seen these cars and knows how to work on them. So that's a big point of frustration for me, considering I've wanted this car forever, finally have one, and now I'm having issues. Now, I know that turbo cars have issues. That's why I've avoided them most of my life, but I wanted it. It was a good deal. Obviously, this might be why it was a good deal, but it's been a progressive issue up until now. And yeah, vacuum lines, stupid rubber hoses, plastic connectors, they can break. It happens. It really does. And it will cause these problems. Also, the solenoids, which are only about 30 or 40 bucks a piece, those things fail. They just do. You know, it's just a little thingy going, you know, that's all it does. I have a shit ton of stuff in the backlog. Just absolutely do. It's my fault for collecting like I do, but, you know, I want to make kits. I want to build stuff. I want to show you guys. Along with, you know, it's what I do. It's my community. You know, it's, you know, my friends do that, but also I have the friends who love beer, so I have a whole closet full of beer over there that isn't getting drank. And I know a couple of my patrons really want me to do some beer reviews or something like that, and that'd be fun. Except I have friends who do that. That's their podcast. That's what they do. They sit around, drink, and talk about beer and talk and rate it and stuff like that, which is really fun. Go check out the Beerist. Just type it in. Go look it up. But yeah, I mean, like, it's hard to want to do what I need to do in this room when there's a lot of shit that I have to take care of outside. You know, it sucks. It really does. I want to fix that car. I want to get my other car up on the road. I need to sell my truck, which now is a good thing that I haven't sold it yet if I need to go do some running around. It needs work, but it's still drivable. It needs a little bit of work so that I can sell it, unless I find somebody who just doesn't care. Which, that's the best kind. Yay, people who don't care and have money. I love that. But if I sell, just letting you guys know, just a little bit about me, my life. If I sell the truck, that's credit cards that get paid off. You know, I've got Soul Chogokin Megazord here who has not been paid off yet. Because I had other stuff already on that credit card. My TV in there that we had to buy, not even remotely close to being paid off. I think my tires are all but paid off on a vehicle that I no longer own. Yeah, that's what sucks. When you're still paying on stuff on a car that you don't have anymore. Be like, hey, look, you're buying this. You need to pay off those tires. I don't want to pay for those anymore. That would be great, honestly. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of things I need to coordinate. A lot of things that I'm trying to build up and do and expand the channel a little bit. Most of it will be slow, hopefully. Some of it will need to be like, knock it out real quick, get it set up. I'm working on trying to make a little bit of merchandise for you guys. If there's something that I know some of y'all would probably buy. First Shoky reviews merchandise, yay for that. I really want to work on a logo. I'm trying to get Dion to help me out with that. He's a great artist and designer. And I've put it out to you guys before. I think it was at 500. I was looking for people to try to design a simple logo for me. And one person tried to help me out. And it didn't work out too well. No offense, buddy. You know, it was a valiant effort, just not what I was looking for. But now that I know there's more artists in the community, maybe we can work something out. Because I'm all about promoting and helping people grow and stuff like that. So like with Steve, I want to show off some of his stuff, and then maybe he can pick up some commissions that way. Because like I said, he's a fantastic artist. He deserves all the love. Same thing with Ryan. Ryan, I'll be showing off some of your work. I need to get with you. We need to figure out how we can do that. Because you helped me out, and we're going to work together in the future. And I definitely need to promote more of your stuff, so maybe you can bring in some money from that too. Maybe. We'll see. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, no Master Grade Monday today. I'm going to work on it this week. I'm gonna film next week's Master Grade Monday in advance. Hopefully tomorrow, if I'm not dealing with too much car shit. And I figure out which way I'm gonna go with it, because I've got the Star Build Strike more or less right over here. I've also got the one that I was gonna look at, which is, I can't tell which side he's on, right over here. But that Kotobukiya kit, which I want to review anyways, because you guys really seem to dig some Kotobukiya frame arms and Zoids. Dion and I were talking. He wants to bring over some more Zoids to look at. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm okay with that. He also does Armored Core, stuff like that. Maybe we can knock out a few all in one shot. We'll see what happens. I also want to get him on more Nerdcast. Guys, if I upload the Nerdcast and the It's a Gundam Nerdcast did actually fairly well. But, like I said before, remember that it takes a ton of work to make those happen. Not to mention the guys who have to drive forever to get out here. Stuff like that. If it's up there, just put it on play. If there's not going to be a lot of stuff going on screen, put it on play in the background while you're building. Something like that. Give it a good listen. I try to put in commercial breaks, stuff like that, so that you can take a break every now and then. And also, that's a ton of work on my part, and on the part of anybody who was there and wanted to put in the effort. The next one we're going to hopefully do will be 80s cartoons. Corey's going to put in a ton of effort to make that one happen, and Dennis is going to be on here. So give those things a view. Give those things a listen. Make sure you just knock it out of the park. Listen to the whole thing, even if it's a long one. Listen all the way through. If it's something you've got an opinion on, there's always the comments. That's why we always put questions in there for you guys to answer back to us. Stuff like that. That's where, I don't want to say where we make our money, but that's the truth of it. If I'm going to make something that's going to take 2 hours to make, 3 hours to make, or film, I should say, and then days to edit, reward the effort a little bit. Put in the time to listen. Make sure you hit that like button, the big thumbs up, all that crap that normal YouTubers say. I don't beg for likes like normal, but now that we're growing a little bit, we're over 1,009 last time I looked, possibly over that now. I haven't looked this morning, but just make sure you hit those like buttons. Make sure that YouTube knows that I'm doing a good job, because if you don't, they just assume, and they downrate me. They push me further down. Stop suggesting my stuff, things like that. Because I've noticed in the analytics, half of my video views are coming from searches, and half of them are coming from suggestions. So that means that you guys are seeing my videos on other people's videos, or even on my videos. If you're watching one of my videos, usually 5 things off to the right are other videos from me. So, that's awesome. But I want people to be, I want YouTube to recognize what I'm doing over here a little bit and promote a little bit more. So make sure you're hitting the like button, guys. Because like I said the other day, if something has 800 views and only has 4 thumbs up, YouTube's going to think that there's a view bot out there or something like that. That's the way they look at it, So hitting that thumbs up really does mean that, look, somebody really liked this and they wanted this. They like what's here. So they like this is what's happening, stuff like that. And I keep getting hit, not with copyright claims, but with non-ad friendly things out of nowhere. Now, I don't know if somebody's doing that. Like, that's a thing that you can file. And maybe somebody's being vengeful out there. I don't know. I don't know if it's the automated system. I know sometimes it is. It can go by the tags and stuff like that. And yeah, that's an issue. YouTube definitely has the tag system. And the fact that, I can't really complain about this, and it's not just a problem for me, it's a problem on Dan's channel, probably on Second's channel too. Random thumbs downs. Like, okay, the video has literally, it's a 25-minute video. It's been up for 15 minutes. Already has a thumbs down, which means somebody didn't even watch all the way through the video before they thumbs downed it. Dan had a live stream that got thumbs down before it was even, like, barely before it had started, like a few weeks ago, one of his other Savior streams. He got a thumbs down, and it had only been live for like 10 minutes. It's like, but who is thumbs downing it? Like, if you're coming in there to watch it, why are you thumbs downing it, And I get it. There are people who are probably mad that, for lack of a better term, they got banned. We can't physically ban anybody. And in case you guys don't know this, you cannot actually ban someone from watching your stuff. You can't. You can't ban them from your channel. The only thing you can do is stop them from commenting or mute their comments. And yeah, I've had to do that because you guys remember months ago, we were having a ton of drama in the comments due to certain people. So if those people are angry that they can't comment anymore and they're thumbs downing, okay, fine, I understand your frustration, but that was the situation. There was literally no way out of that situation. It was a lose-lose. So this is the lose part for me, you know. And somebody the other day commenting that I would have 1,003 subscribers if I hadn't banned Soyton. It's like, I didn't tell him he couldn't be a subscriber anymore. I just had to block his comments. You know, that was the only choice there was for me. It's the only choice there is for other people when things like that happen. You can only do that, you know. You can only block. You can start with blocking the hateful people, but then, you know, what do you do when you have this problematic person who is bringing problems to your channel? Even if not through their own hands, but by people who hate them for other reasons, they come over here and they start hating them where you live, you know. The only thing you can do is just be like, look, none of y'all can be here. Sorry. It's like, I can't stop you from watching, but I can stop your drama in the comments. So, you know, if you're upset that things like that have happened, or if you're upset that you got banned, there was a reason for it. That's just simple. Like, okay, Jetfire, I pick on Jetfire sometimes. We disagree on a lot of things. And, you know, the joke of the live streams is to ban Jetfire, and then Skyfire pops in. And then if Skyfire gets banned, then Account Factory pops in. Or put in timeout, not banned. I can ban people from the streams if it comes to it, but I don't like to do that unless it happens. So if somebody's being, like, really bullying and argumentative, I'm going to boot you. You're going to get a timeout first, and if you don't learn your lesson, then you'll get banned. That's only fair. You know, the live streams are not about one person who wants to put on a show for others and draw attention. Well, I guess kind of it is. That's what I'm here for, I suppose. But I think that, like, I don't even know. Like Steffi's a good subscriber, a good viewer. And tries and honestly dominates the live streams a little bit, you know, just like Soyton used to. Like, look at me, you know, I want to be entertained. Look at me, and it happens. Those people happen. I mean, normally I don't do anything about it. So, but you know, I those things happen, and it's not me trying to like be an asshole. But sometimes you got to realize you're not the only person there. You're not the only person in the comments. You're not the only person in the live stream. When we get like half a dozen people in there all having a good conversation, that's awesome. But then you have the people who just want to be an asshole for no reason, or they want to like test the system, poke the bear a little bit. Just, you know, odds are I'm only going to put up with it for a little while. Everybody's got their limits. I'll put up with it for a little while. I'll boot you for 300 seconds. Come back in. I mean, like, well, why did you do that? You're being a dick. It's what happens. And like, you know, there's kind of unstated rules when it comes to live streaming and just commenting in general. There are things that I have banned because people didn't know how to let them go. And I mean words. If you haven't figured it out by now, those words can't really be used unless you use some trickery. And that's because the joke was pushed too far and I didn't want to deal with it anymore. It's like the whole stream gets dominated by this one joke, and it's annoying, and it gets old really fast. So I mean, it's just what it is. It's a community, and we all have different personalities and stuff, and we all have to try to get along the best we can here, guys. And I'm one person on this end that receives all of that. So, you know, good, bad, whatever, I've got to deal with it on my end the best way I see fit, and it is my channel. It's what I do. If you guys are here, if you guys are watching, if you guys are subscribed because you like what I do, I really, really appreciate that, honestly, because this is something I never thought I would do with my life, and it's actually becoming something. And my patrons who actually are making sure that I can afford to do some stuff, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. I want more patrons. I want to do more things for, like, individuals. It's fun having you guys pick the kits, and I know a lot of you people want to. Like, you're in the comments, you're like, ooh, review this. And I can't necessarily do that. Like, but with my Patreon picks, you know, once a month, the guys who, if you're brand new, you get one. If it's your birthday, you get one. Otherwise, it's $10 a month, and you can pick 2 kits for me to review. Or if to anything, realistically. It's whatever's in my collection or whatever's in my backlog. You get to make that happen. Of course, if we get like way too many, then complete domination happens at that point. In fact, I have to start Andy's other Patreon pick for the month that will be only on Patreon for 30 days, and then eventually it'll come out to the rest of you guys. But like, if you're here to support the channel and watch my reviews, stuff like that, all I can ask, give things thumbs up. If you actually like it, give it a thumbs up. Because if something, like I said, if something has hundreds of views and only tens, if it's got less than 10 thumbs up and over hundreds and hundreds of views, something's not right there. And I appreciate the views by all means, especially because they generate revenue for me. That's great. Love that. So I love the one video that's over 10,000 views. That's absolutely amazing. But I want to try to keep this community fair. It's growing. It's getting bigger. I like interacting with you guys. I would have live streamed this, but it's easier that I can edit it and chop it a little bit. And yeah, it's like I wanted to talk to you guys about what's been going on my end. Do a little bit more of a vlog situation here. And I feel bad. Like when Master Grade Monday is the one thing that I can sacrifice easily because it's a single day that's a buttload of work that I can devote time to something else. So I mean, I have a big, already loaded in a ton of quickies and other things like that. Tons of stuff I need to build. But now I need to pay attention to real life for a little bit and go see what's wrong with my car. I got to take care of laundry. I need to go talk to the office about some stuff that's going on that hasn't been taken care of. The minor damages we got from Harvey still haven't been addressed, and I'm angry about that. I really am. I'm not a super angry person, but every time I look at the water stains and I look at the stuff that I know, like I have right here in front of my window, I have all my stuff lined up here, including my the boxes for my collectible Xboxes, and that window can leak like a sieve under a good rainstorm, and that means any of that stuff could be damaged. So, I also wanted to put a build desk right there. I wanted to confine all of my stuff in here. Like, look, I wanted to turn this whole area right here into a new building station, so I could build here, review here. So this is my review desk. I wanted a build desk. If that window is going to leak that bad every time it rains for more than an hour, then I can't do that, If nothing else, I wanted to get rid of this TV stand, because obviously it's not a TV, and put in more detolfs, because I'm out of display space over here. This one's taken up with, where am I? That one's taken up with transformers up here and here. Everything down here is beer glasses that I have not been able to get rid of. They're all collectible and stuff like that. So, there's a lot of things on the life end that you guys don't ever get to see, and that's why I don't mind talking to you guys. Also, I'm running out of storage for empty boxes. I have literally almost to a ceiling pile of Master Grade boxes right here. And you can see back here, this is a mix of Master Grade and High Grade boxes. And that's almost to the ceiling, pretty much. And I'm running out of room for that. I know a lot of guys like to store their stuff on the walls. But at this point, I do not have the open wall space in here to start putting boxes on the walls like I would have. So I've got to figure that out, too. This whole display stand right here that's got my Xbox collection on it. It's just sitting there doing, collecting dirt or dust. One of those I need to hook up because there's something on one of those Xboxes I really want to show you guys that I spent months working on in Minecraft. That's so awesome. It's like it took so long to do it. I have to import it off of that Xbox onto a flash drive and get it onto my Xbox One where I have HD Minecraft. But I'm just rambling at this point, guys. I know it's been a long video. Hopefully I chopped some of this so it'll go a little bit quicker. Also, just randomly, just thought about this. So, in every video, in the description, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Make sure you guys go over there and follow me on the different social medias, especially Instagram and Twitter, because I'm trying to pick up some sponsors for things. And they look at those social media aspects a little bit more than they do YouTube views. Now, if we had a much bigger channel, if we were about 5,000 subscribers, they'd probably pay a little bit more attention. Just crossing over 1,000, depending on the average view counter, they would potentially like that. But there's things I would like to be sponsored for. There's a lot of fun, nerdy stuff out there, and they pay more attention when you have tons of Instagram follows. Now, if you are following me on Instagram, you're liking my photos. Like I did a few last night because I was bored and I had a lot of stuff on my phone that I was just like, you know what? I either didn't post this before, or I took it down when it was still my private Instagram. So I turned my private Instagram into the Shoky Instagram. That's what happened there. So go over there, follow me. If you aren't, just hop on Instagram. Obviously, it doesn't cost anything. Hop on Twitter, which also used to be my personal Twitter. Now it's my Shoky Twitter. So just go over there. Make sure you're like Andy usually likes and retweets for me because he's an awesome dude. that's how I pick up other views from other places. That's another thing that needs to be seen. I don't normally beg you guys for anything and be like, no, you got to go do this for me. But go throughout the social medias. Just go follow me over there. You don't even have to really interact that much. But if you're liking the videos, or I'm sorry, the like images and stuff like that, the photo I shared. I think I shared it Saturday night, I think, maybe Sunday morning. It's a Power Ranger thing. I'll pop it up on the screen right here. Holy crap. Like, I shared it just on Facebook. I mean, it went out to Twitter and stuff and Instagram, but I shared it from Facebook into just the few Power Rangers groups that I'm related to, or mecha groups that I'm related to. So many people saw it, so many people commented and liked it. We're just laughing their asses off. It was so much fun. That's when I really love social media, when it goes that way. There's nothing like sharing something that's awesome and that you find funny or creative, and then nobody responds. When everybody like just absolutely goes nuts, and they follow, like, whatever, or if they comment like this. It was a caption this. I do caption this as like every other week or something like that. And when people actually do, it's so much fun. So I'd like to do more caption this kind of contests. Maybe I'll do it one day out of the week. I'll throw up some caption this. So if you're following me on any of my social medias, they will be there. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys. Just stuff that's on my mind. Vlogging's not easy. Yeah, I gotta clean this room, guys. Getting everything set up for this giveaway, which, by the way, holy crap, there's a lot of you guys entering the giveaway. And some of you guys, I will say right now, go back and check your entries just in case, because I think some of y'all forgot to do the initial entry, and some of y'all have doubled up on the initial entry, but never did anything else. Didn't jump in on any of the actual videos. But also, my YouTube can't keep up with every single comment when they're coming in at that rate. So just go make sure that if you're entering for something, you'd followed all the rules properly, okay? Because I want everybody to have the same chance to win, is what it is. Oh my God, my nose won't quit running. So guys, make sure you guys have a great day. It's barely like 8:15 Monday morning, but yeah, stick around this week. I've got a lot of fun stuff coming up, including this little guy. If you know where he's from, you know why this is kind of fun. Also, I would love to have a friggin' Super Nintendo Classic. Sad Shoky is sad. Just like not. They will be bringing out more of them. Also, I want to, guys, the tragedy that happened overnight in Las Vegas, just absolutely insane. We don't know why, but this guy shot up hundreds of people, killed more than 50, endless wounded, and he's dead now. So he ain't gonna hurt anybody else anymore. But absolute tragedy. Our hearts and minds are with the victims and everybody who's there, and is going to be affected by it for a long time. My wife's uncle lives right there in Vegas off the Strip, so everybody was checking on him, make sure he was okay. Just keep those people in your prayers. If there's anywhere to donate to, Red Cross, whatever. It's tragedy after tragedy right now, guys. A lot of people are like, it's the end of days. Okay, you're probably right. So let's be honest here. The world is a mess. It's a giant fucking mess right now. and we've got hurricanes right and left destroying places. Puerto Rico is in absolute ruins and anarchy down there. They're trying to get all the help they can to Puerto Rico. Houston is barely started the path of recovery. Florida, same thing, except Florida probably recovers a little quicker. They're more equipped to handle when hurricanes happen than Texas is. Let's just being honest there. It's what happens. Of course, we don't get to hear the news about Florida very often over here. We just hear the big stuff. But Texas is we're doing what we can to recover over here. We've got some pretty ugly storms coming through this week, but nothing that isn't out of the norm. It's just, after you have torrential downpour that floods your city, any amount of rain sucks ass. Let's be honest. Wildfires, earthquakes, Mexico, California, it's absolutely ridiculous, guys. Threat of nuclear war. What the hell? I just want to build Gundams and be happy. Can't we all just build Gundams and be happy? That's what I'm gonna end the note on. Just hug your loved ones today. Tell them you love them, that you're thinking of them, because you never know when things might go wrong. And if you guys have any advice on what's going on with my car, by all means. I'm gonna do a lot of research after I get done with this video. It's gonna be a busy day. One way or the other, it's gonna be a pretty busy day to me. And I've got a lot of things I want to do, and I'm putting off because just so much other crap is happening. But hug your squishy today if you've got one, and your Wally. Hug your Wally. There you go. But I'll talk to you guys later. So remember, as always, keep on nerding, keep on building, and let's keep building this community together, because that's what this is. It's a community, guys. So see you on the next review.